There we go. And let's have some good games out of this one. We should be jumping in 1 sec. And let's kind of finish off these series with potential for 3 more games. Let's see if we get 3 more.
Here we go. So we've got Mount Fuji. We've got Zupi in the pocket as Khmer. Interesting. Okay. Then we have Vilese as the Slavs on the flank. The other pocket is Max Goths again on Mount Fuji with his flank Rubenstock Turks.
Towards the north of the map, in the purple, yet again, we have Jordan 23 making his second appearance playing as the Turks. Towards the right, we have Doubt in the red playing as the Slavs. Just below, in the other pocket position, we do have Viper playing as the Celts in yellow. And then down towards the south on the flank, we do have Tato playing in purple as the Kemmer. Orange.
Orange.
Not purple.
Yeah, I was going to say, what? Okay.
Sorry, I got too excited about Jordan again.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I'm thinking Suomi are clearly going to go for some sort of variation on the same strategy they did against AM. Okay, Sling Max as Goths, make lots of infantry, kill people. Okay, I think that's pretty clear at this point. The question is, though, Secret have seen them record games. Okay, so they know what happened in the semi-finals. Is it possible that they've seen that, thought, okay, we've seen they've picked Goths, we need to counter that somehow? Do you think they're going to go for a counter sling to maybe Slavs? Just to go straight for champions?
That's what I was wondering there as well, because obviously it was an extremely effective strategy, and the question is, what countermeasures does Secret have for it, and do they know if it's going to be done? And like you said, there's the option there for it, because it was in the semis. So, what have we got? We've got Jordan as Turks, which is, look, probably going to be a sling sieve. I think we all understand that at this point.
Yep.
Slavs from Doubt, I guess you've got the option there, exact same kind of play we saw from MBL, where you go into champions, try and take them head on. Viper, what have we got there from him? A Celt, obviously, again, could be all right in terms of that situation, but I'm not sure here. I'm not sure how they're going to deal with it. What's your thoughts?
I think we're probably going to see at least 2 players slaying on each team. Probably, both the Turk players slaying, both the Khmer players slaying. And then it just depends who they sling to. Like, obviously, they're slinging Max. Okay, that's no questions asked. But let's say probably, I guess, just goes for like a boom and then supports him later on with other army. But for Secret, it's the tough one. Like, because slinging for Woad Raiders from Viper is powerful, and Gothic Siege, you make lots of heavy Scorpions and stuff to counter the infantry. But Slavs are also really good, simply because, Drazinia champs and their amazing farms, right?
And that's the thing as well, because obviously we've got Celts there as well with the Cammer, so we can see lots of Scorpions potentially from them. So Viper going full Siege, negate the effect from Goths, so...
Yeah, it could be a thing.
There's options. There's a lot of options here. It's just a matter of what they decide to do, and we're going to figure them out very, very quickly as we kind of go through the start of the game. Because once you said, like, there's going to be these slinging players, they're going to be there. But it's just a matter of if the slings are going to be effective enough, and if the way they play it out is going to be effective enough.
Okay, well, so far the only player that looks like they're walling up already is Zupi as the Khmer. As expected, we know, well, we don't know, but we think he's probably going to be slinging, so he wants to get his walls up nice and early, be safe. And especially seeing as his main gold is really far to the front, he has to do these really awkward walls going up onto the hill, which is quite difficult for him to do, like, to secure this gold. That's going to make his base a little bit vulnerable to some sort of push. Like, I would think if there was a Mayans player for Secret, Plumed Archers and Petards into Zupi's base could be a potential problem at some point.
Absolutely. I'm also loving the fact we've got Turk v Turk right on the flank there. So see who can kind of hold out a little bit better, I guess, when it comes down to it. As much as I would love to see some good old-fashioned Turk gameplay, we're going to see the slings from them, I guess. So I guess we'll have Rubenstock kind of slinging towards the Max. End of day as well. We had the Kemmer, so we've got Slavs there on the front. Unless everyone just slings to Max and he just tries to end it in one blow. It's always interesting. I really, really like this map because as you kind of, like we had in the other situation in the games before, all the resources are kind of towards the center there. So you do need to take map control. It's basically, that's the key point of this map. If you can take it, you're in a good situation. Whereas if you get pushed back, especially the way we saw before where Max just came forward with as many barracks as he can, dropped them right on top of the resources and was using that as his staging points. They had to push through Max's basically his entire output to get to there. That's where things are good. That's where things are really good.
Yeah, for sure. And like we see all of the streaming players walling up, but I feel like it's unlikely we're going to see the triple sling again. I feel like that's a very, very risky strategy to take. Like, it worked against AM, but I feel like simply because it was a surprise. Like, how often do you expect, 3 of the players just to not play the game and just full sling, right? It's not a normal thing that happens, right? And now that Secret have seen the games, they possibly expect some sort of a strategy like that. I just I doubt they're going to pull off the exact same strategy.
It'd be nice, but at the same time, look, I do agree. As soon as something like that you've seen it, there's countermeasures put in, especially for a team like Secret as well. Secret spend they have someone who analyzes a lot of games. They kind of figure out their plays very, very specifically. So I'd say, look, they should be ready for it, and I'm really interested to see what countermeasures they actually take. But look, we'll see as the game kind of goes on. We've got Velisi. Looks like he's pretty much walled in at this stage. Tato goes for pretty much the same there. We've got Zuppy walled in as well. Max doing the same thing. We can slowly see that Rubenstock's doing the same. However, the Drush is in play right now for Jordan, so he's going to try and keep him open here a little bit. But the wall up to the town center is basically already done.
Yeah, Jordan's Drush is not going to do anything at all, and every other play on Surmi is now fully walled by this point. Doubt is also going for a scout rush from pocket, which is, kind of normal, but everyone's fully walled. The scouts aren't going to do much unless someone comes forward with towers or archers or something like that.
I'm looking around at the moment trying to find any holes, any way they can kind of abuse it, and it's looking pretty good at the moment. Honestly, the only person that's not full ward is Zupi, and he's got that wall off coming up in the bottom now.
Yeah,
so
the
no
village is
stress
there,
on that front
the scouts there as well. They're totally fine over that point.
Oh, this is stressful. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really interested to see countermeasures, and at the same time, I want to see some absolute abuse of the Goth spam again. Goth's really kind of cementing themselves as a good civilization on this map, actually. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, I feel like they're only a good civ simply because of the civ restrictions, right? Because I can't reuse any civs throughout the best of 5 series. They need to use 20 civs, potentially, over all 5 games. So, it's a little bit questionable. Normally, I think, sling mines, or, like, as AM tried to do, would be the main meta, if you could use civs as many times as you liked.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm kind of liking the format here. It means we're not seeing repeats of the same old things. We're seeing Goth spams. How good's that?
Yeah, right? Like, it's completely different. You never see that sort of thing. And just one other funny thing, I think, is that both Tato and Blesse are sharing the same wood as part of their walls, which is, I think, kind of hilarious that they're both walled to this one wood line and then just sort of stopped there.
Yeah, I find it super cute, so that's nice. We'll see how it develops later on if someone decides to go through it or not. What else have we got here? So just about everyone up into feudal age. Jordan just a little bit behind at this stage in the game. Everyone else looking pretty close. Villager counts, everyone bang on again, as you can kind of expect to see. Jordan a little bit ahead, just of course, he isn't in feudal age yet, basically. But we've got Viper on his way up to Castle, and he'll be the first player into Castle here as well.
Yep. And actually, Velese is feudal slinging max. Zupi is also going to sling as soon as he finishes building his market. I'm not sure who he's going to send it to, though. I assume Max. No, he's slinging...
We'll get the double.
No, he's slinging Rubenstock.
What?
What?
Is Rubenstock going for some kind of Turk masterpiece all over Jordan?
Like, okay, well, he's not mining stone. Okay, so castle drop Janissaries is not happening. Okay.
What's he doing? He's going up to Castle as well. We've got the Max on his way to Castle. We've got Viper on his way to Castle. So Viper being obviously the key player at the moment for Secret.
Fast imp gunpowder, I guess, to support the hand cannons? No, sorry, support the infantry from Max?
That could be really cool. I would love to see Turks at this stage. Like, Turks have just been getting a bad rap in this tournament overall. They're just a sling civ. If we see this kind of go for something a little bit more interesting, I'd be really keen, because he's got basically what? Fast Imperial, free chemistry, then archer range into hand cannons?
Yeah, basically.
Or I guess the other answer is cavalry archers.
Oh, they're so much more expensive to make, though, right? Because you need to make all these upgrades for it, and...
Look, I'm not doubting that, but that's all I can really see, personally, in terms of options.
Yeah, well, those are clearly the only two options, but I think gunpowder is probably the most likely one. But interestingly, like, even Jordan's going up to Castle Age. She's not even feudal slinging. So it seems like Tato is the only feudal sling at this point, and then Doubt is...
Interesting.
Not slinging either? Oh, he does have a market, so Doubt might sling.
Alright, we'll see how this plays out. We've got Viper going up to 3 town centers, so he's going for a little bit of an economy back behind this. Tato, as we know, just kind of cruising at this point in time. Same goes for Valise. The Max, looking at his base now, what's he doing? He's got his castle coming up defensively at home, so we'll be able to hold on to that one. He's moving forward with some villages as well, so it looks like it's going to be up to Jordan to really hold this one off. As for Jordan, slowly going up towards Castle Age, Doubt, again, just kind of hanging out at his base.
Oh boy, and yep, Rubenstock's doing the fast imp with sling. He's almost got the resources. He's building the monastery.
What?
Yep.
I don't think anyone expected Turk fast imp and then
no
push.
I think, yeah, Turks was clearly like the expected sling civ. And even Doubt's going up to Castle Age. So we've only got a single sling coming in from Secret, only from Tato, whereas we've got 2 different slingers to 2 different players for Suomi. Okay, this is interesting. Like, we've got different strategies with different civs trying to, I guess, counter each other.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Rubenstock's already on his way to Imp. Doubt's just clicking up to Castle Age now. Max already getting Anarchy, so he's got the option to kind of push more with his barracks. And I guess if the timing works out, you'll have the Max pushing in with his infantry around about the same time. We start to get Rubenstock pushing in with his hand cannons.
Well, I feel like, actually, to be honest, Rubenstock can basically just skip hand cannons and just make straight bombard cannons to begin with.
And then behind that as
right?
well.
Because you just use... Rubenstock just breaks a hole into Jordan, and then Max just runs in and just murders him completely.
Then that's it. Secret are already a player down. That's how this can potentially go.
I
as well.
feel that's what's happening, right? Because they're not forwarding anywhere else on the map. They're both on this side of the map. Rubenstock's going forwards with archery ranges, so yeah, they can't be switching over to the other side of the map. That's just too far to move.
Man, I've got full lemon face right now. I'm not feeling this one for Jordan. He's got 2 town centers coming up behind this, so he's going eco. I don't think anyone has any idea what's about to happen. This is going to be like seeing a hurricane come over him.
No. And Viper's just happily booming away at the moment. He's dropping a castle, so I guess he's going to try to go Imperial Age at some point, because Tato is slinging Viper. But, it's so much slower. Like, Max is going to be Imp, and Rubenstock is also going to be Imp. Or, actually, Max isn't even going Imp, but never mind that. Just Castle Age Husks, it seems.
Well, that's the thing. If he kind of if he relies on the Turks for the absolute power of it, so just kind of uses them for their bombard cannons, bombard towers, etc., uses them to punish the building, then just goes in raiding with the Huskarls. Like, the town centers aren't really going to do too much against them. Doubt's kind of left open as well, because once they basically beat into Jordan, they've got this open section in the base, and look how much that'd beat a wall. So if they get some units in there as well, it's going to be stressful. But look at this. Jordan's seen it.
Yep. He's outpost. He knows what's coming. As soon as he saw Rubenstock hit Imp, he started laying walls. He's building a university, and I think he should just run away with as many villas as he can, because he can't stop this many Huskarls that are about to come in here.
That's it. This is really good. Look, I guess he's trying to delay as much as possible. Look at the amount of stone walls coming up behind this. But end of day, Rubenstock, we should be seeing bombard cannons and things from him pretty much immediately.
They are coming.
There we go.
They're coming forwards.
Here we go. Hand cannons, bombard cannons. We've got the Huskarls at the front here as well. Tracking going down for Max. Viper on his way to Imperial, so he's going to be a little bit behind here. But could help clean up what's over there. But again, Kals against Gunpowder. What are they really going to do? And look at that, the hand cannons denying the wall off from here as well.
Yeah, well, okay, Viper's clearly going for Woad Raiders. He's already making he's making his second castle. It looks like just full Woad Raider defense, and I guess siege later on at some point.
This has me stressed out. Like, we haven't even started the fighting yet, but I'm a little bit stressed out in terms of how this is going to go.
I'm worried for Jordan. Like, I like Jordan. I don't want him to just get murdered off the face of the earth, but it looks kind of inevitable, right?
Is he retreating any of his villages yet? He's moving away from those kind of forward wood lines.
Yep.
He's pulled away from his main goal. He knows what's going on here, and he knows he's going to be the sacrificial lamb for Secret. He's going to have to delay as long as possible. How's Doubt looking? Doubt's got his town centers up, but he's got no military. He's going fortified wall. That tells you exactly what he's going to be expecting here.
But he's only got 2 layers of wall. He's only got 2 layers of wall. Some places it's only a single layer, so like they could break in really quickly if the bombard cannons came around this way.
Oh, absolutely. The second castle coming up from Viper as well. Woad Raider's going to move into position. But as we know, against the hand cannons, might not be too effective. Against the Huskarls, of course, going to clean them up quickly. But it's just going to be issue after issue here. Viper getting chainmail armor. Just about to hit Imperial as well.
And, yep, Max is clicking up as well. And he has also been booming at home while being slung. He has 3 TTs going, so he has a respectable vill count. So he doesn't require as much sling as he did in the last games, right? He's building an economy. He's not going to fall down to 20 vills and just get wrecked again. That's not going to happen.
Interesting. It looks like we've seen Rubenstock punch a small one-tile hole here, and then he's going to basically just back up. Oh,
I think they're sort of switching over. I think they've seen possibly the Road Raiders are coming, and they've decided, okay, the hand cannons can deal with the Road Raiders. The Huskarls will just go in and murder the economy.
I see exactly what you mean, and this is how team games are played, guys. This is why Suomi have been doing so well. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Cuts a hole using the Turks and their fast pace, and just damage against everything. Jordan basically tourniquets his base at this cave, basically cuts it off, the sacrificial lamb, like I was saying. So we will lose 2 of those town centers without too much going on. But here we go, hand cannons versus Woad Raiders.
And also the bomber cannons, they're going to bust a hole into Doubt Space pretty quickly, I think. But, oh, Jordan with the nice walls. These Huskars, they've got in, and then there's not many vills to kill. There's 2 TCs and like 4 vills on stone, and that's it. Everything else is safe behind more layers of wall. Without some more bombard cannons.
On everything.
Yep, without more bombard cannons, he's stuck. And oh, these Void Raiders, they've come around the back and they're trapping off and slaughtering these reinforcements.
It's a good play. Viper's really considering his movements here, which is fantastic. Elite Void Raiders still need a couple of upgrades on them, but not looking too bad. We've got the max into Longsword. They're obviously not going to stand up to the Void Raiders too well at this stage. Needs a lot more upgrades on them for him to work. But look at this, the hand cannons are in doubt space. Now let's see what happens, how many villagers he loses, and what exactly can happen.
I think he's going to lose all of the villages, pretty much. Oh, unless these Void Raiders get to snipe off all the bomber cannons. That is a slight problem for Rubenstock here.
That's a lot of the hand cannons going down to that cat. To that
the TC, yep.
As well.
He needs to kill the TC really quickly and then get all the hand cannons back together. There we are.
That's it. We've seen some big misjudgments thus far, and that's what's costing them. Viper doing a great job just picking off any units he can, cutting off reinforcement amounts. But look at this. We've got 2-hand sword on the way for the max. We've got Blast Furnace as well. He's got his Huskars. He's getting towards the situation the Goths want to be, and that's just when you can just spam away at everything that exists.
Yep, that's it exactly. Okay, the TC's down. Rubenstock, in theory, it would be a good idea to push forward, but I think he's worried at this point about being trapped, right? If he goes all the way in, and then Viper comes around behind him with 40 or 50 Void Raiders, then he's just stuck in there and he's just going to die. He doesn't want to risk losing this much army. He wants to regroup with Max, get a big army together, and then push as one against Viper's large mass of Void Raiders at this point. Like, we can see more towards the north, they're just killing everything that they find.
That's it. Jordan is just in trouble. It's essentially a 3v4 at this stage. Even though I guess we do have a lot of sling behind us as well, so Veli's doing his kind of best to do what he can. But look at these bombard cannons. They're just in the middle of the map, but they're pretty safe right now. The 2-hand swords are the max. They're going to be pushing in. Champion just about done. I am worried that the Void Raiders won't be able to keep up with the fact that we're going to have champions and hand cannons working together here.
The problem is getting them to work together, right? Because these Void Raiders, they're fast, speedy little guys. Like, they run all over the place if they need to. Like you see, there's a handful of them. They're running towards Rubenstock's base. There's some in the middle regrouping up. He's also taking into some sort of siege weapon. What is it? Mangonels and Scorpions from mass siege workshops on the front. This could be a problem. This is basically going to come down, I think, purely to Rubenstock's bombard cannon micro. But he needs to snipe the siege weapons before they get mass shots off on the hand cannons and champions, and then easy days. If he lets them get off the big shots, then they're going to have some problems.
That's it. On top of that, we do have Void Raiders in the back of Rubenstock's base now. Gonna have a little bit of trouble with them. Doing his best to wall it off, but again, he's got such a small area here. Those Void Raiders can just run around, and obviously, like you were saying earlier, their speed, their high hit points, they can afford to take a little bit of a loss here. But Doubt walling off even the further reaches of his bases. They're just trying to delay as much as he can.
Oh, but here's the big push. They're both coming in together at the same time. They're ready. What does Viper have? Oh, he's got a lot of siege here. That's a lot of Scorpions, a lot of Mangonels. There's soon to be Onagers coming in.
This is good from Viper. It's the counters he needs. If he can get the shots that matter, this will be good. Like you said, it will come down to Rubenstock's bombard cannon micro. If he can get through this wall here and start pushing forward, Doubt's economy is going to be in a very, very bad situation. But still, some good hits from Viper.
And the raiding back in Rubenstock's base has been pretty much handled completely. Now it's just the siege coming in. There's not even really many Void Raiders here. A couple of Huskars could run in there and snipe off so many of these weapons at this point.
Look at this. The champions are in base at the moment. Doubt's going to have a little bit of trouble versus them, of course, under the TCs. Lacking that last armor upgrade, so they will take quite a bit of damage, but still, the villager count is what we want to watch here. Currently 93. We'll see how that is in a minute.
Oh, it looks like they're going to take a lot of losses, and the thing is, Rubenstock can't afford to send his hand cannons off with Max's raiding. He has to stay there and defend his bombard cannons. Oh, but they're a little bit out of position. Maybe? No, okay. That single Void Raider managed to kill off the bombard cannon, which is quite frustrating.
That's a good trade.
And even the Scorpions, they're doing pretty good damage.
Scorpions are doing a great job. But look at those Void Raiders just melt against the hand cannons. Another bombard cannon lost though. But champions on top of the siege doing what damage they can. Void Raiders again cleaning it up though. But look in the back of Doubt Space for champions. He's down to 74 villagers already, and they just keep on going down.
They're just running amok all over the place. The problem is, like, in the middle here, they need to get that push going. Like, how many bombard cannons does Rubenstock have left? I think I can only see one. He's got one bombard cannon against, you know, 6 or 7 Scorpions at the moment, which is a problem. And also,
even then, though,
Tato being a
look
little
at
bit of
how
a troll,
many
though. In between Zupi and the corner of the map, he's just building some troll stone walls just to lame the trade line.
honestly, it's not a bad idea. Every kind of thing to win, especially at this stage.
It just
the final.
Just screws up the path.
2-0.
Yeah, exactly. It just screws up the pathfinding. This long wall narrows them all down through that one funnel. He's got outposts all over the middle of the map so they can see what's happening. Let's switch to Tato's point of view, see what he sees.
Oh, man.
He sees, like,
Look at
everything.
That. They're finally cleaning up all the champions in Doubt's base, but he's down to 66 villages and another push well on the way. More champions moving in. He has luckily got that wall back up, but those champions did so much damage, and how quickly and how easily Max can produce them now is ridiculous. He's got perfusion. He's got all the tech he needed. The hand cannons in the middle here, they just dominate anything that comes towards them. The bombard cannons will start taking down all those units. Just the siege at the moment from Viper is what's going to be the issue.
Like, the problem is, like, look at Viper's KD, right? 260 kills, and Max has 200 deaths. A lot of his kills are just siege slaughtering infantry at this point.
Which is working out pretty alright now that I'm looking at it. He's managing to hold on here, but the problem I'm saying, it's basically a 2v1 scenario.
Well, yeah, but Viper's army is so much better than theirs. Like, individually, he would kill either of these armies by himself. The problem is just the bombard cannons. It's purely the bombard cannons. Without them, everything will just die to siege and void raiders. Right.
And good.
He's
there
got.
goes the bombard cannon.
He also has Fura Celtica, right? So his siege is really tanky and needs multiple bombard cannon hits to actually destroy any siege, which is a problem.
Those bombard cannons, though, they're just getting absolutely melted. The micros are not working out in their favor now.
No.
And look at this Douse just walling up behind. There's not too much they can do to push in against him. Jordan slowly booming up there in the back. Jordan's up to 95 villages now.
Yeah, it's scary. And, like, Max is trying to run around, trying to find somewhere to raid with a couple of units here and there, but it's in the middle where they really need to push Viper back, destroy some castles, destroy the siege workshops, and, you know, just start pushing back the other way. Whereas Viper, he's starting to turn his attention the other way. He's heading towards Zupi and Velese this time. Right, Tato is Xing Velese's base. He's saying, you know, his gold is here. It's part of the wall. Get over there and attack him right now.
That's it. Look at these little kind of cocoons they've created around themselves. In the long run here, if Viper can find a way to not have to engage this main force in the middle and Viper manages to split off and start raiding, it will go down so quickly. And man, look at these hand cannons. If they overextend, one good Onager shot and they're all on half HP. One more good shot and you lose the rest of them. It's so easy now. Chemistry on the way for Viper as well.
Rubenstock just really needs to get a castle and then get whatever the tech is that gives them +2 range. He needs +2 range in the bombard cannons to try to do, you know, more of this micro. Pick off the siege early before they get in there.
Oh man, and just some good micromanagement by Viper on these Onagers as well. They're kind of just cruising around, doing what they can. Siege Ram on the way now, so we'll be able to soak up a lot of that damage. Bombard Cannon's just doing what they can, but look at how many hand cannons that is from Rubenstock. They need to find something to do. That's the worry here.
Oh boy, and there's a bit of a ram train coming in as well.
Oh, look at those Scorpions go. They're so effective. So effective.
The champions just get shredded completely. Okay, bombard towers from Rubenstock. That's pretty good. I like that. But oh, the hand cannons are dying.
No, the hand cannons. So much damage so quickly. The Scorpions with 9 range. 9 range, guys.
Yeah, they're just destroying everything they come across. Except for the bombard cannons, basically.
But here we go, Rubenstock's wised up. He's starting to get his bombard towers in play here as well, making this basically an impenetrable fortress at this stage. We've got Tato moving up towards Imperial. Doubt's ready to make his move as well. Trade getting popped up by both players here as well. So team on, yep, right now is when trade is going to start.
Well, the thing is, like, once Tato gets to Imperial Age as Khmer, you know, now we're going to see elephants charging in. And Doubt is going to have Slavic Siege and Slavic Infantry. So we really need to do something fast, or else I think this game is going to fall away from them.
That's it. Suomi had their chance here. They were up by so much. They had the element of surprise, but some quick thinking by Jordan, abandoning his base, getting some extra walls up, has put the entire team.
Oh, but speaking of Jordan, Max has got an onager. He's cut through the forest with an onager, and now he has infantry running through Jordan's base. Jordan's lost, I guess, 10, 20 villages recently.
Viper's already over there with a couple of elite Woad Raiders, but in the back of Jordan's base, you're exactly right. The counts are just going down and down further and further, and at the end of the day, Viper can't be everywhere.
Back in the middle, though, we've got a huge ram train coming in, taking down the bomber towers. The Scorpions are just shredding hand cannons and champions all over the place. Oh boy. These bomber towers are not going to survive very long.
Oh man, so many bombard cannons were taken out there for basically nothing. Viper managing to clean up most of the raiding against Jordan at the back there. Same goes against Doubt. More and more champions pushing into the max, but again, we don't know if it's going to be enough. It's probably not at this stage. The bombard tower is getting taken down by the siege rams very, very quickly. So many hand cannons there in the back. This was a risky move from the Suomi players, and at this stage, it might not be paying off.
And actually, in the middle of the map, Tato is preparing a Battle Elephant rush. He's getting the techs, he's getting bloodlines, he's getting +2 armor. He's starting to mass some, and they're just going to come straight down towards Velese, I guess, and just cut through his base and destroy him.
Oh man, even looking at Velese right now, he's got a lot of walls up around his main base, but what's separating the trade is just one thin layer.
Oh, there's even Woad Raiders inside his base.
What? How did they get in there? He can't... Oh man, where'd he get through?
I think it's an overchop with the gold. The villagers have mined too much gold, and then they've walked in, I guess. That's what it looks like at this point.
Absolutely possible, and those... Man, this is not good. This is not good at all. Suomi were in such a good situation, and we've got Zappy finally up into Cat's Place. Looks like he's ready to join the fight. But Viper is just overwhelming everything in the center here. More and more... Look at these bombard cannons! They just keep getting thrown away.
They're just getting shredded by the Woad Raiders.
That's it, there's a lot of Woad Raiders.
Oh, the honor just shot! Oh, no! Oh, that was like 20 hand cannons that just died.
What is happening here?
Oh,
Man,
those honor just shots.
Bad. Those honors just do so much damage. At the same time, though, we do have Max moving in towards Jordan's base, in towards Doubt's base there. Not too much that can be done about it, but Doubt is joining the fight. Two-hand swordsmen from him out in play. What are we seeing? Jordan still to kind of move in, but this is stressful.
It's really tough here. Oh, where is Tato's elephants gone? Okay, he hasn't done anything with the elephants yet. He's still just massing them in the middle, getting ready. He's got elite battle elephants now. He's got full upgrades, I think, in terms of defense. He's just waiting for the attack upgrades. And I guess he needs some rams or some scorpions to support them just to break in and help shred any halberdiers in his way.
That's it. Together they are going to be such a force to deal with. The Woad Raiders, the battle elephants, the siege weapons behind this. Look at this, a couple of rams moving forward. What can you do about that? The onagers behind that as well. The hand cannons can't engage safely. Even the bombard cannons, like we've been seeing, what can you do? And finally, we see them meet up in the middle here. This is it. Can they hold the push?
It's so scary. Like, these hand cannons see the elephants and like, oh no, I can't fight those. Let's run away a bit. And the onagers, they're advancing. They're trying to get some shots off. But Jordan has to...
Whoa, they run away just in time.
Rubenstock has to be so careful that he doesn't take an onager shot to the face. Oh, 2 bomber cannons.
Oh, that hurts so much. Man, this is getting more and more brutal. Looking in towards Jordan's base, however, there is champions all through it, trying to do what they can, but still up on a huge 96 villager count. It's not even having too much of an effect. The trade for both teams is up and about. It looks like Secret might be a little bit up in terms of the trade now, and the entire middle of the base, middle base, we've got Suomi. It goes down.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Oh, Tato is preparing a push against Velese. He's got some rams, scorpions, and even making guard towers down there. Soon to be keeps. He's getting ready to push in. And Doubt is, I think, probably going to be able to clear up Jordan's space very, very soon, while Viper and Tato continue to push through the middle.
Oh man, Secret just have so many more active players right now. I'm not sure what else can be done behind this. Because, look, Rubenstock just can't hold the center at the moment. He's got the hand cannons. It's a huge amount of hand cannons. But like we know, there's elite battle elephants come in, one onager shot, and it's over.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Man, it's just... I guess the thing is, there's no cavalry in play here whatsoever.
Well, I guess elephants are technically cavalry, right?
Well, no cavalry for Suomi. Sorry, I'll rephrase.
Okay, yeah, true.
They can't keep up with the road raiders. They can't keep up with the siege. Like, they can't get on top of what they need to. Everything just gets decimated before it even gets close.
And Doubt is now getting Drazinia, so his champs are just going to shred through anything that Max tries to send in that way.
Oh, look, this isn't one for secret yet. They're just definitely in a better spot.
They're in a really, really good position at this point. They're just slowly flooding their way through the middle of the map, securing all this stone at the top of the hill, securing the golds and stuff around the edges. They're starting to push towards Velese as well. There's siege rams here. They're almost broken in completely. There's a couple of monks for Velese, but it's not enough to defend, I think.
Absolutely. If they push in, even then, if they push in through Velese, if they break through that next layer of wall, they're in the trade as well. If they can kind of cut the head off the snake here, it'll be a great situation for them.
I didn't even see that.
We've got the Max going for Halberdier after Halberdier here. He will be able to deal with the elephant. Sadly, he doesn't have Viper backing him up.
Oh, Onager's on the hand cannons again.
There is just a flood of yellow.
Oh, Rubenstock is losing his hand cannons again on the, I guess, middle of the map towards the left. Oh, no.
That's a brutal hit. A brutal, brutal hit. Those Onagers pay for themselves every single time.
It's just...
After Max, that castle's going down. Viper's he's got trebuchets there. The battle elephant's coming in for Tato, soaking up the bulk of the damage. Scorpion's behind this as well. Not too much the champions can do about that. Tato, look at this, he's onto the second layer of wall. We do have, Zappy's doing his best to kind of get some siege up behind this. More and more walls, but end of the day, siege rams, we know they crack through these walls so quickly.
It looks like Zuppy is planning on switching to elephants himself, but he's just so slow compared to Tato, right? It's nearly 1 hour mark before he even starts making military, whereas Tato is already, you know, a 75 to 25 KD, shredding through the Max's infantry, pushing these castles, pushing against Velese as well. It's just...
That's it. He needed a bit of time, but he's there. Look at this. We've got Jordan on his way to Imperial. We've got Zappy on his way to Imperial. So everyone's slowly getting there except for Velise. But look at this. Velise, so many walls. He's trying to deny this as much as possible. But end of the day, there's not that many tiles between the trade.
Yeah, it's so close. Like, there's only so many walls you could build before they're in, basically. And remember, Viper is here with Onager, so he can just cut through forests if he needs to.
That's it. Walls aren't going to do too much against this one anymore.
Okay, Max is...
Oh man, I'm just looking at this wall from Velise and it's like a game of Snake.
Yeah, they're sort of playing a bit of find your way through the maze at this point, really. Using scorpions to destroy a town center as well is mildly humorous, but okay.
And then we've got Doubt towards the north here at the moment. He's finally in there with his champs full ups and is joining the fight in against Rubenstock. I'm not sure they'll be able to man, I don't know how they can hold this out for much longer. What else can we see? Jordan, What can you do from here? Obviously, you've got the gunpowder option. He's going cavalry.
Oh, yes. You called it. You called it. At the start of the game, you're like, okay, they're either going to do gunpowder or cav archers. Well, we got both.
You're right. One of their two potential options I got right.
Yes, exactly. Right, you called it. Just agree with me here. You did the right thing.
Sure thing.
Oh boy, Doubt.
Man, look at how close they are to this trade. Look at how close they are. The battle elephants are in the way. Zappy is doing his best, but he doesn't have nearly as many of the ups on those battle elephants, and Jordan will cut through them. He's even... Tato will cut through them. He's even got the scorpions there as well. We've got Viper's cutting through what remains of these tree lines as well. It is so close.
Oh,
but
boy.
Look at it.
And on the left, Doubt is just charging straight towards the trade line with a huge block of champions to be denied by a single palisade wall.
Yeah, drop a palisade there. Max, that'll help.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh god, that one palisade wall just trolled Doubt completely there.
Oh man. And I love the fact they had to back up. The hand cannons doing what they can. They've got the hill bonus here, so they'll be able to do a little bit. But look, I don't think Doubt's worried. The cost of those hand cannons, he'll just throw them back. Oh man, Tato's doing such a good job here towards the trade as well. Elite Battle Elephant finally there for Zappy. But again, lacking so many upgrades in comparison. It makes such a difference. Look at this Billy fighting the scorpions with his villagers, doing his best there.
It's not working. It's not working.
It's not working.
Oh boy. And like Rubenstock, look at his economy. He's down to like 40 odd villages. He's just getting absolutely decimated at this point. And soon Jordan's going to come in with his heavy cav archers, go raiding, start making bombard towers as well, I presume. And I don't see how Suome can keep this going. Like their trade is not safe at all down the bottom. Rubenstock's trying to make
Scorpions in the trade.
Yeah, he's trying to make Bombard Towers to defend, but there's so many elephants, so many rams, so many scorpions charging in here.
Oh man, this is just how do you begin to deal with it? The scorpions are in position now. They're going to take out that trade so effectively and even start to deal with the battle elephants as well. This is not a good spot. Not a good spot at all. What else have we got across this middle section here? Look, they're holding. It's not great, but they're managing to hold that top corner.
But the top corner's not important, right? They're just stalling. They're throwing away Rubenstock's economy in exchange for space, basically.
That's it, and this is what we expected to see here. There we go.
Wow. That was... Yeah, I have no words. That was insane.
That's beautiful. We're seeing nothing but quality games, guys. Quality games. Secret, maybe this is the comeback we're looking for. Maybe we'll get all 5 games after all. This is what we want.
Maybe there'll be a reverse sweep. It might happen.
It's totally possible. Either way, I'm excited. We're finally seeing Secret in the form we were expecting.
Yeah, it took them a little while to get there, but they're there now. And Suomi still tried their heart out that game. Right? It's not like they just fell over and died. Max and Rubenstock did everything they could. Max has, oh my god, like 1,050 lost units. It is insane. Wow.
They had such a good push as well. It was just expertly dealt with. Like, I know Jordan lost most of his base to deal with it, but that could have gone so much more sour. I think he did a really good job holding that one.
Oh no, like he hardly lost any villages. Like, yes, he lost the 2 front
That's it,
TCs,
right?
but he lost like 5 or 6 villas, and then he ran everything back, built tons of stone walls, and without Rubenstock's siege there to push through, you know, Max's Huskars were just sort of stuck in there killing relatively useless buildings.
This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's just crazy. Like, even with those super fast imp times from Rubenstock, they just weren't able to get in there and do the damage. Viper, back at his best. Like, the first 2 games was a little bit of weak plays from Viper. I don't think he played as well as he could have, but that was excellent.
I am just nothing but impressed. All these games we've seen today have been phenomenal. I'm so happy with the way games have played. Everyone's bringing it to the top lane, kind of what they can do. And man, let's hope for a 5-game series.